Warn me before you do it.
God. We can't go warning.
Wakey. Eggs and bacon.
One and all. There was a reason for that. It's because Jackson's reviews, when his intro comes in the other day, nearly blasted my AirPod things out of my ears.
Is it really that loud?
Yeah, it's very loud.
I'll have to try and alter it a bit then.
No, leave it as part of you.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say hello to a few people. Rajit, top of the list. A good evening to you. Simon62, Coil, Black Country Vapor, good evening. Dion, evening Dion, pissing down in Chester. Yes, trying to rain here, but not yet. Patrick Pyle, evening Patrick. Manic, Adrian Mason. Rufus, evening Rufus. Dion has said. Daniel, evening Daniel. The first of my spanners coming on. Actually, we'll get to that in a little while. I've got something to say. Thanks, YouTube. You're live. Thank you for that. Duplicates. Rolling down. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Paul, what's this? Paulden by. Evening Paulden by, if I've got that right. Adrian, I've said. Jason Lee, good evening. McTavish, nice to see you in chat. Hello, people. Hello, McTavish. Be nice to have you on the show one night, McTavish. Have a chat in here, be good. Who else have we got? Scrolling down. Murray, evening Murray. Lynn Smith, spanner number 2. Husky voice. Mixed reviews. Laurie, good evening Laurie. Long time no speak. Not. We'll get to
leave Laurie alone.
I'm not picking on Laurie. I've been talking to Laurie before the show. We've got something that we need to just clear up for her and discuss, and we'll all be good.
Piss off.
Talk to the cat again, Mark. Scott
Okay.
Morrison, good evening, Scott. Looking forward to the show. Thanks for the warm. You're more than welcome. Black Country Vapor, I've said. I think. Oh, Super Hot Wheels. Evening, Super Hot Wheels, and thank you for your order. He ordered 2 things. Ed Zachary the same. Work that one out. Albert Valenti, mixed reviews again. Kieran, AVC. Good evening, Kieran. Yeah, thanks for that, Kieran. I've seen it way before the end of the show. Dean Devil Vapor, good evening. Patrick Pyle, Frankenmiser. Ian above the clouds. Ian, I got your message. I will get back to you very shortly. I just didn't have an answer when I read it, but I will do. David Adair, good evening, David. Chris Horton.
Kill that kind of sweat.
Peter Kendall. Jackson, yeah, we know you're here. Edward Blockley, evening Edward. Roy, we know you're here. The devil, I have a proper watch, not a Norfolk one. Thanks. Ralston, evening Ralston. Chadwick. And I think Nita. Hello, Nita. Albert, I think I said. Peter247. Jackie Chan. Asif. Hello, Asif. Another man I spoke to today on the phone. Nice to have you on the show. It's not smoke. Cyclic Scooby Flyer. God, do you know what? There's going to hopefully become a day where there's going to be too many people to read through at the start of the show, isn't there? That'd be a nice problem to have. Who else have we got?
Chat on.
Huh?
Have Norfolk chat on.
Have Norfolk chat? No, that's when I delegate it, Roy, and hand it over to you.
Slow chat. Norfolk chat. Slow chat.
Stuart Dill. Good evening, Stuart Dill. Jay Jerry. Boris Johnson. Thanks for popping in, chap. Any decent tips or anything you want to give us?
High them high.
Michelle, evening, Michelle. Shout through the shed, Roy. Say hello. Cypress Scooby Flower, I think I said. And yay, I'm down at the bottom. Well, that's 10 minutes gone. Thanks, everyone. Nice to have such a lot of people in at the start. And nice that we weren't late this week as well. Well,
wasn't it, Mark? Wasn't it a pleasure?
Couple of minutes. I did actually see on because I'm on the Ecamm Live, Facebook thing, and they had a problem, and they apologised to everybody, and everybody's live streams that they messed up because they had a problem. So there you go. Wasn't me. No need to do the MF special and meltdown completely. Jackson, would you like to tell us all what you're vaping on and say hello to everybody?
Yeah. Hi to everybody in chat. Usual, the Rome Riser Plus V2, just on the Aegis Legend. Bit battered now. And the new thing off yourself, Mark, is the mouth to lung, the ZQ Trio on the Paramore, as you can see. And that's it for tonight. That's all I got on the go for tonight. It's a very quick and simple.
Nice.
Nothing special. But can't go bongo as always.
What are you supping on?
And a bit of, well, oh, me. No, I've got to start. Tell you what I'm liking. The old Coors Light goes down a tree, doesn't it?
In a wine glass.
Huh?
In a wine glass.
What? Well, yeah, but it's a pint wine glass. See?
A wine glass. So we've got somebody who drinks out of a carafe, and now we've got somebody who drinks their lager out of a wine
fucking
glass.
hell.
Coming a bit posh on this. Does the job. I couldn't find the pint glass, to be fair with you. So
I'm going to have to start drinking out of a welly to fucking even this out, aren't I?
Oh, he's one of the dingles. Get the dingle welly out. Who are you passing to, Jackson?
TVP.
All right, guys, what's happening? Hope you're all doing splendidly. So tonight I'm on the Elitist Head Balance with the
Stop. You can see his name. I think you should address him properly, please.
Yeah, please.
Who are you talking to, Meg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, he's got his glasses on.
What is my name?
Huge.
Heinous.
I can't even see that bit. I've got contact lenses on
here. Mr. Hugh Janus, would you like to carry on?
Mr. Hugh Janus. So yeah, as Mr. Janus was saying, I'm on the Elitist Head Balance with the Carefun. Not the Carefun. It's not the Carefun, Mark, is it? It's the Zachary. You know what I meant. I'm on the SQ Mono, the 75C Mono, with the new ZQ Trio one, kindly sent over by Mark. Literally built that half an hour ago, by the way. Drag version 3 with the Freemax Emperor on top of there, which I'm still absolutely loving. I'm finally at my dual 21700 independent 250C with the Violator on top of there. Juices wise, I've got some black going on. I've got my pistache, and in the trio, I've got the strawberry kiwi yogurt, or should I say the Killenberry from TVP and Naturevape at 9mg, and it's performing splendidly. And I'm also on a cheeky Brewdog at Lost Lager.
Cheeky Brewdog.
Over to you, Roy. Roy, it's over to you.
I'm on the non-elitist Head Balance with the SQ Trio on top of it. In there, I've got some grape juice. No idea what it is. Drag 3 with the normal Vupu pod tank with some Captain's Custard, lemon curd custard in there. The Drag S with the new tank, whatever it's called, new coils. God knows. And in there, I've got Captain's Custard cornflake, and I'm drinking coffee.
Are you not on any pods tonight, then, Roy?
Oh yeah, that was the coffee cup was hiding it. Also, thank you to Mr. Naturevape. I've got the Reflex DNA powered pod. I'm not saying I'm not going to say anything about it because my review is coming.
How can you vape on a DNA pod when you've done nothing but slates for vaping DNAs? Huh? You absolute fucking turncoat.
Okay.
You.
Okay, to give you an insight into review. I am so fucking glad that's not a DNA. So glad. If that's a representation of DNA, I am so glad.
Well, it's not, is it? I mean, it's not. It's
there you
not
go. End of.
That's like saying, I'm so glad this isn't a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I'm so glad my 2001 Ford Fiesta into Lamborghini. I'm just so happy with my Fiesta.
But no, you haven't got to thank me, Roy. I used that pod and it sat on my table for about 2 months, and I thought I won't use it again. You like your pods, so I sent it to you to see what you think, and you're welcome to have it and do your review and everything else. So it went to Podman Roy.
Well, thank you.
So are you passing it to me because I'm the only one left?
No, I'm going to pass it to him. Oh, yeah, hang on. Yeah, you're the only one, might as well. Pass to you.
He's on form tonight, isn't he? Well, I'm also on the new Trio RTA, the ZQ Trio. We'll have a little chat about that in a little while because we've all got one. And I'm vaping that on. They also sent me their mod, which is the Ascent. I couldn't remember the name, but DNA 75, I think it is. See, takes a 21700 battery. Quite a good mod, actually. So, yeah, quite pleased with that, and thank you to them. What else am I on? I am on. Let's turn it on first. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the annoying part of this new mod.
What is the DNA? It's the DNA chip.
You have to the converter. You have to. It goes on into standby mode after an hour, and you have to 5-click it. I find that annoying. I'd rather it didn't do that. And I don't think there's a workaround for it. I'm also on my easy mod with the where's my brain gone tonight? With the reload on top. And in there I've got some strawberry banana milkshake, or should we call that shake 'em up?
Shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up.
I've got absolutely none left of any of them.
Haven't you? That was the last sort of pretty much bit I've got left in there. And I think that's about it. I've got my dot mod. Oh, I am drinking tonight. Tonight I'm on a Timothy Taylor's Landlord.
Disappointed though, it's not in a carafe. I've got to say.
I'm a heathen. It's out of the bottle.
I slightly disappointed, Mark. I was expecting some Vase like carafe.
I should have bought a 5-litre carafe up, shouldn't I?
You should have done.
And I suppose if I'm going to have a Timothy Taylor, I really ought to have a...
Oh, for God's sake. You're starting to turn into someone I know, honestly. All this repeating yourself, vaping on pipes, come on.
I can't think who you're talking about. Means nothing to me. So, I know Laurie has to go to bed because it's late in South Africa. So I'll just address something that she sent. Or she sent me a message earlier, and she was a bit confused. Young Roy suggested Captain's Custard for her to try. Is that right, Roy?
That's correct.
Now, it's a short fill, and Laurie is fortunate enough to have, she wants it 6 milligram strength, and obviously it's a 50 ml lot of liquid in there in a 60 ml bottle. She's fortunate enough to have 72 milligram nick. So what you need to do, Laurie, is add 5 millilitres of your...
Kenya, not South Africa. Kenya's Northern Africa-ish. Mid to northern.
Shut up, Roy.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
This has got to be clear and concise for Laurie. We need to give her time. Go in the naughty boy room for 2 minutes.
We'll stand in the North Bar with your coffee.
Yeah. So 5 ml of your 72 milligram nick. Now, if you want to really be accurate, you'd also add 5 ml of PG to bring it up. But I don't think you need to bother. That'll take you to 55 ml. And even if you've had that nick a couple of years, it'll still be all right. It'll still be fine. Have I missed anything, boys? Do you all agree with me?
Is it 50 mil?
Well, it's a 60 ml short fill. So it's 50 ml of liquid.
Yeah, 5 mil then, yeah.
So 5 ml will take that to about 6 ml 6 milligram strength, won't it? I've got that
It
right.
will, yeah. So I like this. This is the way I always ration it. So, and it's quite an easy way to do. So if you get any 100 ml short fill, if you want it 3 milligram, it's 4.5 mil a nick. You know, I might be 0.4 out there, but I always put 4.5 in. You're going to get 3 milligram a nick. So you got a 50 ml short fill, halve it. You got a 200 ml short fill, double it, and so on and so forth. So as long as you stick to the 4.5 per 100 ml of 72 milligram nicotine, you'll never go wrong.
There you go. So hopefully, Laurie, that's answered your question as clear and concisely as we can. A couple of new people popped in. Vaping Noob, good evening to you. Graham Mavely, I don't think I said hello to Graham. Good evening to you. Laurie is querying your name, Mark. I don't think she believes you.
You don't think I'm called Hugh Janus? Come on.
Rashi into the country on a dinghy, dear oh law. What else have we got? Who else have we got new? Cycle Scooby Fly, we've said. I'm just scrolling down before I get accused that I'm
Michelle's got a question for you, though, Mr. Naturevape.
well out of sync on chat. Michelle has,
Yes.
and that would be?
Well, she asked it about 10 minutes ago. When are you getting the new Tiffany frosted dot mod in?
Yeah, probably will actually. I didn't know they did it. So yeah, if I can get one, I will. Yeah.
It's just come out.
Right, okay.
She saw it on Facebook and she's tagged me in it and everything else.
There's another question here I'll leave open to the group, whoever wants to answer it. Laurie, what is a DNA?
I think there's a few people in chat answered that for her quite categorically.
There is, is there? Yeah, it's only a make. You've got different makes make chips, Laurie. So it's just that happens to be one. It's made by a company called Evolve, and they call it their DNA chip.
There, Mark.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, but you're not a girly.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose for chicks it's all right, isn't it? But it's gross, isn't it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
Why does she? What is it? What is it, Roy? She's seizing all this dot mod stuff. I don't quite get it.
Well, the mini fits her hands. It looks like a mini looks like a normal size dot mod than anybody else's hand. I honestly don't know. The dot shell, like after reviewing it, I actually quite like the dot shell for a vape. That's just because it is good. But apart from that, I honestly don't know what the attraction is. I just think they're overpriced.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Laurie. Stop the gender nonsense. But listen, a lot of these companies, they make stuff for more for females than they do males. Just like they make mods more for males than they do females. So it's not gender nonsense. It is what it is, isn't it? I don't think you'll see many men rocking a Tiffany blue .io. I'm not going to lie.
Tina loves that colour. Tina's got one in that colour because she went, "Oh, I like that." But you see, I wouldn't want one in that colour. So
no, it's just not my cup of tea, and I think most men would be like that. You know what I mean? The old
Just
Tiffany
like-
blue, duck egg blue thing. It's
just
not
like-
really their thing, is it?
Just like DNA boards are for lesser men. Real men use
Lesser men. Real men use DNA boards, right?
No.
Lesser
Real
men
men
use Chinese
things
made
like Bill
shite. Okay. Chatting about
he's reaching that screen after him. I can't get him. He's down there somewhere. Grumpy old Ben. Got the Ed Zachary deck for my OG 2019 based on the last show. Well happy. No leaks and smoother.
Yeah.
Absolutely grumpy old Ben. See, we won't steer you wrong on this show. We'll tell you how it is.
Yeah, it turned an already fantastic tank into a pretty much unbeatable tank. There you go.
I'm actually going to take mine off the pipe in a minute because I prefer it on the balance mod. Timothy Taylor sounds like a euphemism for a sex act. How does it? I suppose you. Yeah, I guess I kind of see where you come from. Tommy Tank, something like that.
Who's mentioning Tommy Tanks here? Please don't put Dean's comment up either. Dino, you cheeky gits.
Oh dear, Grant Mullins, you're allowed to open yet? Open yet? Not sure what he means. Sorry, Laurie.
Yes,
Yeah, of course
Michelle's-
you are in Kenya, not South. I always say South Africa. I don't know why.
That was Grant's message was aimed at Michelle's shop not opening yet, but she's not. They're not allowed. They're open for click and collect, but they're not allowed to open for normal customers
right.
until Friday.
Apparently, you're on the naughty potty, Roy.
Yeah, when I'm a never.
Frank, what's Frank put? The Bishop and Sputnik are my two Bismuth lung tanks, but what is it with the wrap around the screws? Bollocks. Come on, it's 2021. Even if they were made last year. Yeah, I kind of get your point on that. That will almost bring me into we've got the new trio RTAs. We'll have a chat about them because some of the same things apply. So, having caught up on chat near enough, although sort of you, Janus. Yeah, having caught up. We've all that. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I posted them yesterday. You all got them today, which that's good news.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts, Jackson? What do you think of it?
I think it's pretty good, to be fair with you. You got the coil wise, you still wrap around, but I would say to coil it is a lot easier than the Bishop. Bishop is a bit fucking. It's a bit hard to coil because you have to with the Bishop. It is though, right? I tended to find to get it perfect with them screws, with them getting the legs wrapped round. I did struggle a few times with the Bishop. And I'll be honest, to get it perfect. Now with this, it's a piece of piss to wrap them legs around and screw down. So I do like that. And then you've got 3 types of airflow. You've got, top, side, and bottom. And you can dial it in a bit more to how you want it. I sort of built it up about 4:30, 5 o'clock. We've got the top lot shut off, the middle one on the tightest hole, and the bottom one on the tightest hole. And to be fair with you, I shouldn't say it, but at the minute it's definitely on par flavour-wise with the Bishop, I'd say, in my opinion.
So you like it?
I do like it, yeah. I've only had it a couple of hours on the go, but very good. Very, very good.
I've had mine on the go since 9:30 this morning.
Yeah,
you see, I didn't get my post till 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah. I got mine. Postman dropped it off at 9:15. By 9:30, I was getting built, and I've been vaping it all day. And I've got the same juice, same coil, same cotton in here as I have in the Bishop, and the Bishop gives off far better flavor. So same coil, and I've tried. Yep, I've moved the coil. I've dialed in the airflows. I've changed the airflows, and everything else for a mouth to lung vape. The Bishop, for me, is one of hands down. The Lamo is beating it in flavor.
I disagree with you.
So, and that's with the same juice, same cotton, same coil. Everything's the same. Everything's the same. So therefore, and I'm trying them side by side.
Would you say then, neck-wise, coil-wise, would you say it's the same on par, easy or hard as the Bishop? Because I'll be honest with you, I think the Bishop was a bastard to get them legs around and get down.
I didn't find that.
I found the Bishop very easy. Bishop was first go. I had the Bishop, the coil in. It took me 2 attempts to get the coil sitting right on this. I just found the Bishop easy. But that's just everybody's different. Everybody's hands are different. Everybody how they look at things is different.
I think one of the stalling points of this tank is it's quite tall for a motor long. I mean, let's say right. It's quite a tall motor long, which so you look at stuff like the Ed Zachary, the Bishop, which is very, very small, very, very small tank. If you get the 2 mil capacity one, look at other tanks in that bracket. But I think it's good. I think it's very, very good as a mouth to lung. Like I was saying to these boys earlier, so I've just got the smallest hole on the bottom and the other 2 shut off. Listen, the top airflow is pointless. Absolutely shouldn't be on there. There's no need for it whatsoever. It's ridiculous and a gimmick.
The top airflow is good for Michelle for the way she likes to vape Nick salts, which is direct lung. So the top hole slightly open.
If you don't like flavor, then it's good for someone like Michelle. Then I mean. You've got to not like flavour because as soon as you crank that top airflow open, you lose, I would say, at least 40% of the flavour. It's gone.
I agree with Mark.
So I've just got the bottom one open on the smallest hole, and for me, as a motor lung, I think the flavour is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really fantastic. I mean, I can't. There's not much I can fault about. I think the build quality is nice. Not a fan of the Ultim. Not a fan of that. It's a little tall as well for my liking. I like to see my motor lung tanks crank down a little bit, but then you have to understand they've put 3 airflow slots on here, so it has to be taller. But listen, I think it's a decent tank, more than decent. I think it's got cracking flavour. The deck is really simple to build, although my coil was round the wrong way, which were a massive issue. You know, it's quite easy to fix. So I'm quite impressed up to now.
So
I think Mr. Naturevape's got a fix for that, haven't you, Mr. Naturevape?
I've got a fix for your coil, Mark. Yeah, it's the tins of you can wrap it the right way, the way you want it. That was the whole point of doing it. But for me, when I opened the box for the Trio, yeah, thanks. Yours hasn't got a blue screen behind. So yeah, you ordered a reel, didn't you, Jackson?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
For me, I took the deck off and had a look. That's the first thing I do. I want to have a look at the deck, and I saw flathead screws, and I was just like, I just shook my head. I thought, why? Why would you do that? So I found it actually quite hard to put the coil around purely because of those screws. Had it got Phillips screws, it would have been a piece of cake. But anyone know why they insist the Chinese on putting these?
Flathead screws are a fucking ball ache,
honestly, I don't understand it. I don't know why they do it. So that was a bit of an annoyance, but it was all uphill from there for me. That was like my biggest negative, I suppose.
You know what I've always wondered, Mark? Right, so with motor lung coils, like you say, they insist on putting flathead screws, and it always seems to be a choice of either flathead, which is the main one, or Phillips. Now, why can't they use a hex screw, but just put a head on it?
I wish they would. They can use
that. Would be for me. Listen, that would be a game changer for me. Put a hex screw, but with a head on that catches the lead. Fucking come on.
Yeah, I think so. I guess some people without a decent hex key might struggle. I did have some somewhere. I bought some to use to convert them, but and I will be changing the screws out of here if I use this on a.
But I want to address, because there's a lot of people saying about the Bishop. Now I know Mark said he struggled in that, which it's absolutely fine. It's horses for courses. But I found the Bishop. I found it caught the legs really, really simple. It worked a case of wrapping it round. Whereas with this ZQ, one thing I did find when I was building it was, so there's two, when you unscrew it, you can only really put it in one slot. You put it in the other slot, it just pops out. So that was a bit of a, now it's the first time I built it, so I was building it rather quick as well. But again, I found the Bishop quite easy. It caught the legs nice and simple. So I kind of agree with what some people are saying, but I also agree with Mark as well that, especially if you've got dicky eyes and shit, sort of thing, it could probably be, quite difficult.
Oh, Laurie, stop picking on me. Are you saying we have to go back to making our own coils? No, Laurie, you don't. This was purely because some mouth to lung tanks, it suits it. Instead of the coil being wrapped clockwise, wrap it anti-clockwise. And if that is the case, I thought you can wrap it. And some people as well, I normally have about 5 wraps of this on there. I don't know how many you put on yours, Mark. But
4.
Some people might like more like a 1.6 ohm coil, and they'll put 6 or 7 wraps on. So it's just
what I like to do. So if the deck's configured the wrong way around to your coil, just put the coil in upside down and just lift it up slightly. So put the coil in upside down, pull the legs in a little tighter, and then just lift your coil up with your tool, and it's absolutely fine. So you don't have to mess about unwrapping the coil and rewrapping it. Just put the coil in upside down so the coil's underneath the legs, and then just lift it up slightly.
That's all I did, was put it upside down.
Yeah.
I often bend the legs right down anyway, and then pull them across. So I have I think Laurie's pointed that out, before last week, I think it was.
Yeah, but listen, I don't know what the retail on this is. I haven't got a clue. It's probably, if I had to guess, 30, 35 quid. I think it's an absolute solid tank. There's no getting around it. It's really well made. The flavour's good. There's not much to dislike.
Definitely looks good. I like the looks of it. I do.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. All those comments, but yeah, screws. I think I might get some screws in, because it is if it annoys me, it's going to annoy other people. I know it annoys you, TVP. Jackson, Did it annoy you, those screws? Or you're right?
No, to be fair with you, no, I was happy enough with the screws. I didn't have an issue with the screws.
The thing is with these flatheads, so if you're using a screwdriver like that, right, look at the fucking diameter on that, the size of it. It's impossible because it just slips about everywhere and you can't get any grip on it. You need something like that wide to get some purchase on it, and it's just a nightmare. Whereas if you've got a Phillips, it locks in. So it's not slipping about all over the show. You know what I mean? When you put it in a flathead, it slips out and then you're like, fucking, then your leg will slip out and then you get frustrated. I just hate flathead screws.
I do. I think as you get older, Mark, they become harder.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah.
I like the flatheads on the FP.
Yeah, they were big beefy ones, though, weren't they? Come on. Plus, I had no say in them, so piss off, Roy.
Laurie's got a question for you now, Roy. I'm going to pass it to you. I'll put it on.
I've answered her.
Here you have.
I've answered her. Yeah.
What,
Yes.
you typed it.
Anti-VP.
Yeah.
Yes, the Bishop is very good, and it's as good as the Lamo.
Yeah.
And as good as the Ed Zachary.
Yeah.
See, I would say the Bishop's better.
Yo, come on, Roy. Behave yourself now, or you'll be going back in that fucking naughty corner. All right, it's as good as the Ed Zachary. Shit, man. Behave yourself. I put it. Listen, I put it a couple of tanks behind it, but I definitely wouldn't put it up there with the Zachary.
I'll tell you. I mean, that is that's their first RTA. It's good for a first shout, isn't it?
Who's ZQ's?
ZQ's, yeah.
Mm.
To my knowledge, I don't think they've done another one. So yeah, it's a good shout, I think, for a first one.
Well, it was their first RTA, and you're holding their first mod as well.
Yeah, combo.
And they're making my tank, so I can't say anything too derogatory, can I?
No, I don't suppose you can.
Fucking course I could. If it was shit, I'd say it was shit.
Right, Coyle. I am qualified to answer this question. No one else here is because I've got one. Yes, it is. I think it's probably their best tank they've done.
Is that the single coil banger?
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah, it's a great little tank, in my opinion. I think they're already cloned it, you know. I think so.
Yeah, I'll probably pick one of the clones up, to be honest.
One of the Zacharys.
Boris Johnson, I wouldn't even sell one to Diane Abbott. Quality comment, quality. Jackson, you look like you got an e-liquid shop behind you. Are you starting a new business?
No, well, I need to sort these shelves out. You know, obviously I had my RTAs down this shelf here, but then a few people said it looks a bit shockingly shit, to be fair. So I moved them up the top and then just put a few juices out. What do you think? Does it look better or worse? Give me honest opinions.
You said they look shit.
Yeah, no, I got told. Yeah, I did, honestly. A few people said it's that's why I was altering up and down.
It looks absolutely fine, but they look like the same, a lot of the same flavour. They're probably not because of the way you've got them put, but it looks like you're selling them.
No, it's just I've got a few in obviously for review. I put the fantasies range and whatnot like that. But what's your opinions on that? On sort of backgrounds? Should you have your tank on show?
Have them on show? Bad state.
Listen, my thoughts on your background is have whatever the fuck you want on show. Okay, yeah. It's your background. Whatever you think looks decent and works. Fuck what anyone else says.
Do you think? No, I'm being honest here. If say like how I did have it with the RTAs everywhere on here, does it if someone clicks on a video and sees your background? Does it stop them watching?
No one cares.
You shouldn't look at your background. You should be interested enough. All they're interested in is you and whatever you've got in your hand.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
look at Chunk's background. Have you seen his background? He's got his washing.
Yeah, look at Chunk sat on his couch, mate, with his eating a kebab while his wife's behind him eating 2 kebabs. Like he don't give a shit, does he?
She's doing the washing, walking past him. It's just really funny.
Treg's in his room with his green LEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blaring the
I'll
camera.
never forget, right, being in one of talking to Chunk. I've got to tell you the story. I'll never forget being in one of his lives one night. It was about 2 a.m. I was up for some reason, just browsing YouTube, and he was live. So I went in. He done, he fucking fell asleep eating a kebab.
Had he?
Well, live on YouTube. And I swear to God, I woke up in the morning and he was still fucking live, like 9 hours later.
Quality. Good old Chunk. I did put this comment on the screen. I'll put it on again because Kieran's commented as well. I didn't know anything about the new airflow rings. So there you go. There's Kieran's comment.
Someone's looking for a coil recommendation for the Reload S.
Now, what did I put in there? I either put an Alien in or a 4-core, one or the other. Either would work well, and you can get either in, stainless steel, Canthal, or NI80. Laurie wants to know if she has to go. I've not worked out the exactly. Do I have to go to Norfolk to get lessons?
Oh, I'll pay for you. I'll pay for your flight, Laurie, just to see you in Norfolk hounding Mike.
And Laurie, I've already said to you earlier, Mark's going to send you my email address and I'll do a video call with you and talk you through it.
There you go. Can't ask for more than that.
All he wants in return in payment is nudes.
Behave.
That's because Mark wants me to pass them on to him.
No.
No.
Dean says he preferred the squares behind you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a big fan of. Dean's just said that there. All backgrounds need mood lighting. I'm not mega into like LEDs and stuff like that. You know, when people have got a lot of LEDs.
Him with the LED chair.
Yeah, but when was the last time you seen it lit up, mate? Fucking never. I know Dean's got some LEDs behind him, which are not like overkill. I think he's got like 2 strips, but you know when you see like shitloads of LEDs behind people, it just gets a little bit fucking overkill, doesn't it? Looks a bit cheap as well. Just a bit cheap.
Well, I've got a nasty old brick wall behind me, you know. So.
I think you should do the show one week from your couch, Mark.
Show from a couch?
Yeah, do this show from your couch, just sat on your settee with your feet up.
What, and have Tina going? It's a Lamo, you twat.
You should do yours from the kitchen with the washing machine and the back door behind you. Oh, you've already done that.
Oh, thick northern twat. Just call it a Lamo, for God's sake.
See, I couldn't part with that every couple of minutes, Mark. I really couldn't.
Are you allowed to say that on YouTube, the T word? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Oh. That's a pregnant goldfish, isn't it, or something? God, some of the things that are said on YouTube, I think that's quite mild. Yeah, Roy's background is fascinating, according to Matt Benton. There you go, Roy.
No idea why.
Do you ever have that TV on behind you, Roy?
Do you ever have it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm working.
What's it hooked up to? Have you got anything where you can like display pictures and shit like I have?
Yeah, I can,
What
but
do you use?
I tend to get a glare. I did have a Fire Stick, and I gave it to my wee sister, but I've got another Fire Stick because I've got a new TV for the room. It's got got Amazon built into it, so I'll be putting a Fire Stick back into it. But I also have the cable running around, so I can use it as a third monitor.
Yeah, I have. I use Google Chrome, but I know what you mean about glare. Mine's the brightness is on 0.
So I might, probably will get something up there eventually whenever I get time to arse about with it. But
I just think I started using mine for specs when I'm doing a review. Just run the specs on it so people can have a butchers rather than you fucking.
Mine's 32 inch.
That's a good idea though, with the specs in the background, isn't it?
Even with the TV, Mark, or even with the 27-inch monitor, I still struggle to see the specs in that last review.
Yeah, speaking of reviews, I better just say this now. If anyone's seen my community tab post in YouTube, I have been having some PC issues. Now, I've not said nothing because, like I said to these boys earlier, I said in the post, I haven't said anything because I don't want like people using it against me, saying, "Oh, he's begging or he's asking for this and that." When it's really not the case, right? My PC's coming up to 8 years old. It's on its last legs. I've managed to get it working and fixed for now, but you know, how long that lasts, I have no idea. But I've had some serious issues with it, so that's why there's not been many videos up. Okay, and it's not me going down that road. I'm more than capable. I just what I said to these boys were, I want to get the next few months out of it. Be able to save some money to be able to purchase a new one. That's the plan. So hopefully if I get, you know, 3-4 months out of it, I'll be happy. So that's why there's been no videos, because I've had a fucking nightmare.
You getting a Mac then, Mark?
No.
Jackson?
You know, I have to sell me Mercedes to buy a Mac.
Jackson's getting a Mac. Are you, Jackson?
Yeah, I'm getting a Mac. Yeah, man. Yeah, no.
He's cashing in his silver.
Don't do it, Jackson. Do not get a Mac.
I ain't got.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I love Apple. I use iPhone, but I never get a Mac. Never get a Mac.
No,
I never get an iPhone. I've got a Mac.
I'd always get all. I'm just a complete Apple slag. I think once you realise what you know, or once you work with something, it's just easier to know.
I've always said this, mate, right? And I've had both. I had Android phone 3 years. The iPhone is like the Rolls Royce and Bentley of phones. Okay, it really is.
Whoa. Hang on. How can you say that, Mark? When an iPhone, whenever it's released, has got functions and features that was released on a Samsung 3, 4 years ago.
Doesn't matter. They do it better. They do it better.
Yeah, there's
better. It's a kind of shite.
Yeah.
They don't, Roy. They do it better. They take something and make it better and make it perform better. I'm sorry.
When I worked for Orange, and I was working in the business technical support, I set up the business technical support unit for Orange, for the business unit. And we got the app before Apple was even launched. We got Apple in to test with all our products and services, and Orange refused to launch the Apple because it was so poor with any other features apart from Apple stuff. And we've said no. And that's all it is. Apple is you talk about people going for cash grab in the vape world. Apple's the biggest cash grab out there.
No, so you think about what Apple have done over the years. All right, they might not be the most innovative, right? I'll give you that.
What have they done? What have they done?
I'll give you that. They might not be the most innovative, but fuck me.
They've made their
phones run flawlessly. Absolutely. There's no bugs, there's no lags, there's no nothing. You get an Android phone, right? Come on, tell me they don't lag and the buggy is shit, because they are.
You can get an Android phone that'll run for 5 years. You get an iPhone, after 2 years it starts slowing down because they've built it into the system that you need to replace it after 2 years.
They've stopped that. When they got caught 2 years ago, they stopped it. They come out and said we won't do that anymore, which is fine.
Yeah, the massive issue I had with iPhones with their batteries are shit.
I can talk about iPhones because there's 3 of them sitting there. They are the biggest.
I just enjoy the Rolls Royce phones. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's okay. I will stick to the Bugatti of phones.
Bugatti, right?
Compared to your bloody Rolls Royce, I'll raise you a Bugatti.
Like the fucking Lego Bugatti next to my Rolls Royce.
You're right, Jackson. Shall we chat amongst ourselves? Yeah.
Over the phone.
It's well said. Mark, I'll refine you back to what one day when you said technical stuff you don't know shit about.
Listen, I don't, but I know when stuff works and when it works flawlessly.
That's exactly right. Flawless, it is flawless. And Boris Johnson, he's put it. Backgrounds need mood line. Question mark. You are reviewers, not cheap prostitutes. Get a grip, dear fellows. I couldn't agree more, but the other thing worth noting, Boris, is that you spent over £2 million on a set and you're not going to use it anymore.
Yes, Boris.
I think that went to Dulux, don't you? I think that money got diverted to some decorating. That's what I think. Not the TV room. So you two finished arguing about Apple now?
What?
You two finished arguing about Apple now.
Check my LED lights out. Look at that.
They look better on, to be fair with you, Mark.
Put your chair on, Mark.
So rather than the strips, I bought myself an outdoor LED floodlight. Outdoor. Don't know why, because I put it in and it looked shit. So
Rufus, behave.
Not your shelves are in claim on the internet. I might do. Listen, I could probably pay a Scouse around here 20 quid and they'll break in. Make it look like all legit and stuff. I took my PC.
Leave all the crap stuff.
Adrian Mason, I have a Bishop bell cap, but I haven't used it as yet. Need very skinny tip for the fill holes. Do you?
Yeah, that was someone was asking earlier, Mark. Has anyone got the bell cap for the Bishop yet?
Yeah. Well, I have, but I suppose he's right. They are a reasonable size.
Are the bell caps on the website, Mark?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's top fill with the bell cap on, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, that's very well that, Artie. I'll give it its due. Actually, that'll lead me on to my next topic, which we weren't talking about, but we will now. We are out of stock of the 4mm stainless steel Bishops. They sold before anything else and by quite some margin, really. Now, I always get I get phone calls, I get emails. Sorry to trouble you. Can you tell me when you're going to get more of whatever in stock? And for a long time, I've been trying to think of a workaround to help you, the customer, and also me. So I have now, over the weekend, when you were all barbecuing and having fun and, in pubs and stuff like that, I've now got a tab. This is just a random page that I picked. There's a tab. If anything is now out of stock, it'll say on the side, notify when available. If you click that, put in your email address, it comes back to me. And whenever I put that back in stock, an email is automatically generated to tell you. So that saves you checking the site every few days, and everything else should just work perfectly. Good idea or what?
Look at this. Look at this guy going all fucking 2021 now.
Well, I can go on from there, because while I was doing that, I also, with the view to our new TVP e-liquid, I wanted to do an offer whereby if you bought one bottle, it was one price, but if you bought two, there would be a saving. And I didn't have a facility to do that either, but I have now. And here's one I made earlier.
Talk to me.
And this is a live offer. So the other week when I told everybody that the True Juice was $5.99 a bottle, I've made it even cheaper. There's 3 offers on there now. So, and that's across the whole True Juice range. Now, as I explained, some of the dates are quite short. They're June and September. But there's nothing wrong with the juice, and a lot of you bought quite a lot of it, which was lovely. There's still some here. So as you can see, that the offer for this one is 1 bottle $5.99, 2 to 4 bottles $10.78, which is a 10% saving off the $5.99, and for a 20% saving of 5 bottles or more. So I was pleased with that as well. So I can do that across the range now for things like your juice, Mark, which I think people are looking for in this day and age.
I think that's a cracking idea, and I think it's an even better idea when we're releasing just 3 flavors. A lot of people will go, well, I want all 3, but I can't really afford all 3. So if they can make some savings, then belter.
So hopefully that's all good. So
I'm proud of you, Mark, going all like high tech in 2021.
Well, do you know what? If anyone has ever dealt with anyone that my website guy, I phone him up and you get it is related to me, so he won't mind me saying this. I'm not picking on him. The first phone call was, I'm painting my ceiling at the moment. The second phone call was, I'm at Tesco's waiting for the missus outside. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to have a look myself. So, and I actually managed to do it, which I was quite pleased that it. In some respects, it's better if you know how to do it yourself, because you know how to make chocolate and everything else, isn't it?
Well, you're not relying on someone else, are you? You know what I mean? It's
no.
If you can do it.
Some people would have said, "What, you struggle with that?" And other people would go, "Wow, I wouldn't know where to start." So there is this big spectrum, and I'm somewhere probably in the middle. But yeah, pleased that I got it done. So,
yeah, no, I think it's a cracking idea. Really good idea. Yeah.
Just 2 features that I was lacking really on the site.
Well done, sir.
If I bought 5 tree deuces, can I still put my personal discount code on?
Yes,
No?
you can, Mark, because it's you. You can do what you like. And obviously,
Matt's like, no.
no, you can do what you like because it's you. I've upset Daniel. I've upset DJS.
Oh,
He's been a friend of mine for years. I upset him.
what have you done?
He felt special, unique, part of a select club to be a spanner on this show. Now, I made all 3 of you a spanner as well now. And it's broken his world.
Unspanning me right now. I can't have Daniel being upset.
No, we can't have Daniel not being upset.
No,
We can't
unspanner us now.
Daniel is a massive supporter of Naturevape and me. He's a big help a lot of the time. Always got time for me. So it's good. Yeah. And a good friend as well. Known Daniel a long time.
Yeah, no, he's a nice lad. Daniel, you'll always be number 1 spanner, okay?
You're King Spanner.
Yeah, King Spanner. The best spanner ever.
We can't have someone called
Best spanner in the box of spanners.
Can't have someone called Hugh
shiniest,
Janus
brightest-
being King Spanner, can we? Just
You're a
can't.
spanner in a box of screwdrivers, my
Shiniest-
friend.
The shiniest, brightest spanner in the box.
But I was waiting because you've been spanners for a couple of weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now, and you moaned before, but I made you a spanner. But no one ever said, "Oh, I'm a spanner now."
I said last week.
We
I
all
said last week,
me and Mark
thank
did
you
last
for
week.
making
Did you?
4 weeks ago. Yes.
Oh, just
Daniel's like a snap-on spanner. We're like the spanners you buy in Poundland. All right?
moving on. Moving on. Not interested now. So I just thought I was there one night. I thought, I will make you all spanners.
He will always be the biggest tool.
What, Daniel or me?
Yeah, Daniel.
Dean, get the Tories to loan you some more money. Yeah. Michelle says Apple. Yeah, but Michelle's supporting you on that, isn't she? Really, Apple phones run slower after a while. I think they do, to be honest. But I mean, I had my iPhone 6S years up until I think when the 12S come out or the 12 Pro come out. That's what I've got now. I got
This
one
year?
as soon as they came
Or
out.
end of last year, beginning of
And
this
I
year.
think it was December, wasn't it, Mark? I think because you got one as well, didn't you?
I got the Pro Max, yeah.
Oh, you got the big boy, did you?
I got the big boy with the 3 cameras on, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't
Look at that screensaver as well. Gay!
Well, the Max was another £100. I couldn't afford that. Couldn't show my screen there for too long. I had someone's name on it. True that Bojo. HMO, watch the little O-rings on top of the Bishop. Oh, what's this? What's this? Put it on there. Mark Trigwell. Adrian, watch the little O-rings on top of the Bishop bell cap. Easily dislodges and a pig to get back in. I regret buying them, to be honest. Expensive for what they are. Over on the top of the bell cap. I'm not with that. I've had no issues with mine. I've used it loads. Don't know. Grumpy old Ben.
Anything new in this week, boys, apart from the trio and the mod? Anyone got anything new in?
They were sent as samples. Any of you boys got anything new, Jackson or Roy?
I've just got some juices. I don't know if you see. Got the fantasy range. So I got them to review. And I think I got the Druga 2 RDA. That'll be out sometime this week. That's about it.
Yeah, I got this thing from Vandivape just out of the blue, the new Wrath RDA. It's quite unique actually. It's got like a clamp style deck system, ceramic clamps. So yeah, that's it. And obviously my trio. Thank you, Mark.
And the trio. But I mean, why can't they do clamps more on mouth to lung tanks? I do, but the True Tank, didn't I? No one's really carried on with that, have they?
No.
I think clamps are better myself.
Yeah, it's a bit more machining and a bit more cost, isn't it?
Mm.
I'm seeing.
I mean, if you can trap a lead under a screw, then
I've been saving my pennies for whenever Mark gets the Lucky and or the Loki.
The Loki. Yeah.
And what
Right.
Are you getting that in stock, Mark?
They are on order. They were ordered over the weekend and paid for on their way.
I'll tell you what I have ordered, and this is being purchased by myself. So my Coilmaster build tab, the flying saucer one. It's on the way out, man. It's fucking rubbish. So I'm actually having one custom made by Stu at Little Land Woodcrafts. He's making me stab wood and resin fireable build tab.
his work is outstanding.
Yeah, so it's gonna have like a river resin, like a river running through the center of it in a nice deep red with my logo on it. It's gonna look fucking sick, man. I cannot wait.
It is. With your close-up work, that'll look.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm just going through what else is coming. Not here yet, but on order coming in, just for anyone who is interested. I didn't realise, he's been in chat, Asif asked me if I was getting the 1.4 and the 1.6 mil airflow pins. I didn't even know they were a thing. They are, and I've ordered them. They're coming in. What else have I got coming in? Ed Zachary. He's been busy. He's been working hard. Bless him. No furlough for him. Upgrade pin for the Ed Zachary from 19 to 21, if that makes sense, and an upgrade deck. Some of the 2019, because there's 24 mil in that, and I couldn't get it in the later one. And I've also, for myself, ordered the Skyline R RTA to see what they're like.
Ooh, you?
No, it's an Ed.
Skyline.
It's an Ed.
Oh, it's an Ed, is it?
It's an Ed.
So what are you going to do? Try before you buy any more and stock them?
I want to try it first, but if it's like the other Skylines, that was one of my favourite RTAs. That was the Skyline. I had
an Ed Skyline, which was fantastic. In fact, I've still got it. In my bag over there somewhere. Fantastic tank.
Very, very good. So, have I missed a... Oh, thanks, Daniel. I think he's using that word.
I think he was talking to me more than you, Mark, if I'm being honest.
Oh, was he? Okay, have I missed anything else? Right. Other things of note is... Oh, it's Cheech. Evening, Cheech. How long is Cheech going to go before...
Anybody else getting feedback?
Before he gets his time out?
No, I'm not getting any, right?
Oh, I'm not getting any. No.
I was. Yeah.
All good now?
Yeah, fine.
Naturevape shipped to the US. Unfortunately, not Ed.
No.
Talking about overseas shipping, Mark, you send to Kenya, don't you, Mark?
Yeah. The lorry orders a different way.
I was going to say no. The reason I ask is the kid's dad was over at the weekend, and he is post out in Kenya at the minute.
Right.
And him and probably quite a few other ones will be looking vape stuff, but be sent to a BFPO address, so it wouldn't be sent to Kenya as such. It'd be sent to a BFPO, and then the army would take it out.
Yeah. What a lot of people
do
is they use a company called Amerex, and Amerex sends it over. We post it to Amerex. Amerex sends it over to there, and things get to there.
But if you just had to post it to a BFPO address, that's just you basically send it to the army.
Yeah.
And the army would take it across. So that would be all right. You can do that, okay?
Yeah, I think so. Or there's the other option I've just given you. If they just sign into Amerex, that is another way.
Because it could be potentially quite a few orders for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mark TVP just mentioned the US, and we used to send an awful lot of stuff out to the US, and I had to stop it because it was just it's getting a nightmare, you know, with their shipping, and it's more the domestic delivery their side. There's so many things they're not allowed to do now. Crazy.
The land of the free that can't do shipping.
Yeah, where's that independence, eh? Where's that? You know, it's bizarre, isn't it? You can, you know, we won't get on to this debate, but you know, you can carry a gun, but you can't order a e-liquid. With crazy.
Well, I mean, say that to any normal person. Look, they can carry high caliber weapons on the streets, but they're not allowed to order a fucking e-liquid or a vape juice. It's like, what?
Yeah. Mad.
But you can go out and buy 20,000 cigarettes and smoke them to your heart's content.
Yeah, yeah. So if there is a workaround on that, and we, you know, I'd love to hear it, but you know, I don't think there is. Nothing that I've come across yet. So I think some people are. Yeah, I don't know what we should be discussing on YouTube, but I'm an open person. I think some people are doing it and putting it down as, I don't know, like bicycle parts or something like that. Well, I'm not prepared to do that. I think if, you know, then you're breaking the law, don't you?
Well, not only breaking the law, you've got to be prepared to take the loss on the chin.
Yeah, yeah.
And that could be 20 parcels a week you're sending out. You've got to be prepared to lose 20 parcels and take it on the chin as a loss. You know, you're a small businessman. No one can afford to do that. So you're not going to run the risk, are you?
Matt Benson, my Ed Skyline R arrived earlier this week. SXK and YFTK have had issues with the air discs. Alton is the way to go.
Alton are one of the best now. Right up there, yeah.
I didn't like they did the tripod, and I didn't like the tripod that they did, Alton. But you know, I know they're up and coming, aren't they? They're getting better and better.
Well, they're not even. I wouldn't even say they're up and coming, Mark. They did the Fatality, the QP, the original 28mm one. Alton did that, and it was fantastic. But they have been a bit hit and miss. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well, even SXK don't get it right all the time. But, you know, normally they're not far out. Well, they haven't in this case, evidently. I was too late into vaping and missed the Ed Zachary tripods. I could never pay over 100 quid for a real one. Frank Snowman. Oh,
what's the tripod?
Yeah, that's for the tripod, yeah.
Oh, the RTA.
You what, Mark?
Is that the RTA, the tripod RTA?
Yeah. Mine's downstairs, actually. But a lot of, we sell the authentic, and we sell quite a lot of them. So, you know, they've got a massive following, massive.
What do they go for retail, the tripod?
Yeah,
I mean, see, again, that's something I've always quite like the look of, but fuck, you know, imagine dropping 100 quid on that.
I understand that, and I think that's where clones come into their own, because if someone can buy a clone of the tripod and think, do you know what, I actually quite like this. I'm going to have the original. I'm going to put that £100 into it, but they won't unless they've got a little idea a bit more, or their mate's got one. But who wants to?
Exactly. This has always been my argument for clones. Always been. I've had the same argument. Look, a lot of these people, or a good percentage of them, will try the clone and go, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna save up and buy the authentic." Whereas I'm a cheap bastard, I'll just stick with the Zachary.
Yeah, but you did buy the authentic, didn't you?
I did buy the authentic, yeah. I've done that with 4K funds though. Bought the Zachary first and then gone out and bought the authentic.
Yeah.
Because like you say, it's a lot of money to drop in it, especially K funds back in the day, like the V4. I remember when the V4 came out and it had like 56 million parts. And I think it was £120, the RTA, and it's like, you know,
holy shit.
Am I going to drop £120 on a tank to go, nah, it's not for me, this?
Well, I did it with the Rose V2, and I used it about twice and put it back in the drawer. Didn't like it, you know. So, and that was the authentic. I wanted the V1, and I could never get one. So
no, they were like rocking our shit to get.
V2.
I did actually get a Zachary of the V2, the Rose V2, and it was a decent vape actually, but it was nothing mind blowing.
No, I didn't.
There was nothing game changing about it. You know what I mean?
It felt to me like the air was like not coming in like a mouth to lung. It was almost like coming from a void somewhere.
Mm.
Weird. Thanks, McTavish. Nice comment. Mark, you're keeping your business honest. Appreciate that. Rajit. Is he a troll, do you think? You've got Rajit and Cheech right underneath each other there.
So Rajit's he's a fake account, and nobody knows who he is. And it's like one of them mysteries in vaping that we want to know who Rajit is, but whether he'll ever reveal himself, we'll never know.
I did see
Rajit and Cheech are having a right conversation between them, which would nearly believe the one and the same.
It could be Cheech, but I don't think Cheech is intelligent enough to keep that up for as long as Rajit has kept it up, to be fair.
I don't think.
No offense, Cheech.
I don't think it's Cheech. Right, okay, I'm scrolling through. There's a few in chat. What's here there? Yes, but the worst is... Hang on, put that on there.
Rajit says he's going to reveal on Sunday, Mark. Do you believe that?
He's going to reveal on Sunday, is he?
Yeah, he did post. I don't believe him, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, and I want to get when he does a reveal. I want to get him on a live with me. See who it is. Yeah, I agree, Adrian. I agree totally with that. The original balance, joke, man. What are you going to do though? These companies will just release what they want to release, isn't it?
That was a lot. Wasn't it? It was a lot. But...
Talking about releases, anybody see Jay Hayes' new mod? Inception.
No.
It's a DNA 250 board, and it's stab wood. But what you can do is you can just take out the center bit with the screen and everything, and the battery cage, and then buy a new outer skin mod for it and put it into it.
Why?
It looks hideous. No harm to him, but it does. It looks absolutely hideous.
Why? Hang on. Why would you want to take out the guts of a DNA 250C? And it's not like you're going to get another cheap enclosure, is it? If it's stab wood, you're going to be looking at another fucking couple of.
No, you can have stab wood. You can have the second one that he showed. The case you can actually buy the case. It comes in a Jay Hayes case and everything. Like it was a clear an engraved acrylic. So you can get different ones to go into it and everything else. Just had to look at it today, but it's going to be he's selling it. First of all, it's a money grab to his patrons.
Yeah, the thing is with Jay, he always likes to be different, doesn't he? And I can see where he's going with it, but for me, it just seems a bit pointless. I don't want to be pulling the guts of a DNA 250C with battery and everything. I assume
the battery cage comes basically. It comes out. You put the screens there, so you put it upside down like that. And then you put your fingers in and you pull out the battery cage with the screen and the board and all on it, all in one. It just comes out all in one go.
Is that gonna be good over time? So we keep doing that. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's just only held in with magnets and 2 pins. You don't have to actually unscrew anything because once you do it, you can just the magnets. He says the magnets are that strong. But I can see like on most things, magnets are glued in. They're bound to come out at some stage. So 6 months down the line, you could be.
I just think it sounds a bit shit. I think it sounds a bit shit, to be honest. It's something I'd have to look at, but for me, it seems a bit pointless. I buy a 250C mod because I like the look of the mod. I don't want to be fucking pulling the guts out and putting it in something else.
It's not going to be cheap either, is it? It's going to be dear.
No,
it's not going to be cheap. It's
certainly not.
A Jay Hayes mod, so it's going to be.
Let's keep it real for a second here, so to say. It's about making money for him. It's about Jay wants to make money, so he'll do Patreon only fucking sleeves and stuff like that, which is absolutely fine. But just sounds a bit of a shitty idea to me. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
My number one spanner has put a comment in chat, so I'm going to have to put that on the board. Thank you, Daniel. Boys Hills. 114 in chat. If you've enjoyed the show, stick your thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, I was going to show some pictures of Mark's new concentrate bottle, but we didn't have enough thumbs up. The picture thing wouldn't work. I did try. It just didn't work.
How many weeks are we looking at, Mark, till TVB juice is out?
I'm going to say 3.
All right.
Yeah, Mark's put
Yeah.
up.
DVP on my screen now.
No screen.
If you can see, I've shared the screen. See, only Mark can see it.
Oh,
Oh, that's why the thing came up, and I thought, what's going on here? And I deleted it.
Oh no, I didn't fucking see it.
Oh, Roy. Sorry, mate. I didn't know what you were doing.
So Ed says around 800 US it's going to cost for that mod. The fuck out of here, man.
Yeah,
Shut
you
up.
can't
So what
really
about
see it
England?
that well. We'll wait till we got proper pictures, and we'll perhaps have a.
I could literally, you know, we were talking earlier about the build stand I'm having made. So I could get Stu to make me a fucking custom, handmade from top to bottom, stabwood 250C mod for about £350 $800. Gaping. What's happening, brother?
Matt, polyunion Matt. Yeah, so I mean, I think I'd love to make a mod, like a one-off, like out of wood and that. I'd love to, and I will do one day when I've got more time. But when I'm not working all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for a bit of stabwood, man. It's something on my bucket list to get somebody like Stu to make me a custom one-off that no fucker else will ever own stabwood mod like that. It's like the dream, isn't it?
Yeah. I watched that was on YouTube the other night. It was a CNC machine, and what the guy did with wood inserts and then dripped resin around the outside, and I just thought that is just the things you could do.
Right, so that's the guts.
That's the guts. There's a 510 at that end,
Yeah.
and then that's the battery compartment at the end of it. And
So then you're just sliding on your outer shell, ain't you?
yep.
So it's single battery as well. Hang on,
No,
it can't be
dual
single
battery.
battery. Oh,
Dual
dual. Is
battery.
it dual 18, 20, 21?
Dual 18 650.
Adrian Mason's comments, and I'll put it on the screen. How many?
That's the acrylic case.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not feeling it at the moment. I'd have to go and have a watch. We'd have to see it proper and then discuss it proper. I think. Fucking size of that.
Motors.
Cool, it's going to be a size, isn't it?
That's dual 18 650.
Yep.
The fucking size of it.
It's the same size as a Kadama, basically.
The gaping postman.
Yeah, no, I think it's something we'd have to see in more detail to actually discuss proper. I'm just saying the idea sounds a bit porny. I'll just leave it at that.
We'll see as time goes on. I wouldn't want anything that big. That's huge, isn't it, for 18650?
Oh.
Right, let's have a picture of the new. These are the concentrate bottles. I'll just show one. Shake 'em up bottle. There we go. That's what the concentrates are going to look like.
Yeah, looking good, that is.
Yeah, they'll be in 30 ml
awesome.
concentrate. Did I take one of the other thing, or did I get? What's this?
I do have to admit, much admiration for the designer.
That's the labels are all done, as you can see, guys. I didn't know. I showed you earlier, Mark, didn't I?
Yeah, and I believe they're all mixed at 20%, correct?
Yeah. And I think that's about it. Shake 'em up bottle. Yep, I think that's about it. And we showed it last week, but let's show it again. Top secret, Mark's new RTA.
Bosh.
There'll be a few people pausing that.
Any more news on your RTA, Mark?
It's on the way, mate. The prototype's on the way. I'm literally just waiting until it fucking drops.
I thought they'd sent it last week.
They have sent it.
Well, they use Pigeon Post.
I think because of all this, they're actually using China Post, so it'll come with Royal Mail. So it's like the 7 to 10 day option.
Right.
It's coming by camel.
That's how this came today from Vandivape. Vandivape have used DHL since I've worked with them 3 years, and this came today. It was China Post and Royal Mail. So
Was it? Right. Super Wheels. Any more thoughts on the big one shots for the new liquid? At the minute, I'll put it on there. You got start somewhere. So we're starting with there'll be 100ml bottles, so 120 by the time you put the shots in, and the concentrates. So the one shot bottles, not yet, but who knows? If it's all about like everything else, and this sounds like I'm trying to get everyone to buy it, and I suppose in a way I am, but if it's embraced and we do well with it, we'll extend it, we'll make it bigger, we'll do bigger and better things. But if it doesn't sell enough, well then obviously common sense and my bank.
yeah, we have to tread lightly at first and see what people say. People embrace the flavors if they like it. You know, if it's selling, we do have to tread a little lightly because there's money on the line. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Listen, I know me and Mark and the other two boys are absolutely fucking confident in it. Like, so.
Well, everyone I've asked to just try this, and you got to be careful with the old Rona. So you know it's hard to. Normally, you can say you can hold your vape around to a few people and try, but at the minute you don't want to let anything go in someone's mouth.
See, I've never been that guy, me. I've never been that guy. Even when family comes up to me and they'll go, "Can I have a suit with that?" and I'm like, "No, you're not putting your lips around. I'm sorry, no." Fuck off. And they'll go, "What's up with you?" And I'm like, "No, it's mine. I don't want your fucking skanky lips around it. Piss off."
The amount of lips has been around your gear.
Not around my drip tips, mate. It's just something I won't fucking have. You know what I mean? When you see other people passing the vapes around left, right, and centre, it makes me cringe. Like, fuck off. Ugh.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Of course it will, Albert. Of course it will.
I know it's different, but TVP saying that it's like having a swig out of a bottle of Coke or a can. Can you pass that over to 10
Yeah,
people?
it's like, oh god, no.
What's wrong with that?
No.
Share alike.
Or I'll take if they really insist, then I'll take the drip tip out and you can vape it with no fucking drip tip.
Well, this is how the virus got spread so quick in the Alps, wasn't it? They were playing beer pong, weren't they? Passing a ping pong ball in bottles of beer and getting it out, putting it in the next beer, and so on. And that's how that all came. You know, got spread so quick.
Well, if someone come up to you in a pub and said, "Can I suck your finger?" you'd go, or will you suck my finger? You'd be like, "Hell no!" So for me, it's the same thing. Can I suck your vape? Can you fuck?
Unless you're in the North Part, and they just go, "What again?"
That's making you gip, but yet you've got a tin of Surströmming to open yet.
I have, but that's all mine. I won't be sharing that, unfortunately. It'd be interesting to see, right? I want to poll this in chat. So, all you guys in chat, just put if you would let someone vape on your vape, just a randomer, or like put X1. If you'd let them fucking vape on your vape, put X1. If you wouldn't, like me, put X2. Because I just think it's disgusting. Roy, X1. You'd let anyone vape on your vape, would you? Would you?
I don't give a shit.
Roy is exactly the same thing, right? If someone's got the milk and guggling the milk down, then tip it.
It's not, Jack. Only it's not. What has vape got in it that milk hasn't got in it? PG. PG is a bloody
lip skin, lip jizz around the fucking drip tip for a start.
It's a bloody sterilant. It will sterilize it. PG sterilizes.
Look at this: X2. Everyone's like, hell no, fuck that.
X1. It's a bloody sterilite. PG is a sterilant. It sterilizes things. So who gives a sweet fiddlers?
No, I must have been.
Yeah, but it's like manky, horrible lips on your drip tip, on your nice fucking violated drip tip. No chance. No way.
Mark, ask Becca to close her ears.
Why? Just shut her ears. She's asleep.
You think of the amount of things that have been sucking around your belly and...
Yeah, no. That's not strange, though, is it? That's not like... Worse.
And the minute where your lips have been, for God's sake,
No.
man.
Honestly, and I've had this so many fucking times when you've been stood outside a pub vaping and like a smoker will come up and go, "Oh, what's that? Can I have a go?" And you're like, "Nah, mate."
No.
And they're a bit taken aback. They'll go, "How come?" Well, no, you're not putting your lips around my shit. I'm sorry.
Pass the herpes. Yeah, and that Cycle Scooby Flyer makes a point here as well. Let's put it on the screen. I worked on this at Sound Expo and had a program, my own vote, and every 3 days wanted to suck on it. But even though they changed the drip tips on these expos, so oh, you have a go, it's just that's still in there, isn't it? The condensation.
Yeah.
A little bit of spittle off somebody in the fucking juice and that, like, or in the chair. No, hell no. No.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that
gaping.
is. Gaping postman. Could you explain?
He knows. He knows exactly what that is. Okay. He's a South Bar drinker, of course he knows.
YouTube ban on my channel coming. Yeah, that's Roy. That's Roy's fault. So we're nearly at the end of it. It's nearly 10 o'clock. Where did that time go? So has anyone in chat got a question they want to ask us? And anyone on the show, Jackson, Roy, anything you want to talk about tonight? We've been having a laugh, but
Yeah, nothing.
Not really anything I wanted to talk about. Just again, how slow the vape industry is at the moment. It's just dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it dead? Absolutely dead.
Yeah, it's going to pick up though, ain't it? Surely it's going to pick up.
I've
Is
seen
it?
one or two.
Yeah, I think.
I've seen one or two people. They've said, I've had emails and things to this effect. That appreciated you offering me the whatever, but I've got my Exactly, or I've got this, or I've got that, and that's good enough. That's all I need now. My days of collecting all the RTAs are gone. I don't want to do it anymore. I've got what I need. I've got what I like, and I think it would, in some ways, take something exceptional to hit the market to get everybody's sort of capture their enthusiasm again, wouldn't it? I mean, we're all bit.
But it's the manufacturers, so like. Every day that you'd read something else or something new coming out, something new coming out, something new coming out. And now it's like every 3 days, every 4 days. It's like, just seems really fucking quiet to me, really quiet. And all the big boys are quiet as well.
Well, personally speaking, we're doing all right, I have to say. But it's the new products that, I think.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark.
Yeah.
Your smocks and your Vandy vapes and your fucking geek vapes and stuff. They're not pumping out half as many products as they were.
They're not. No, they're not. And if you think that if the American audience isn't there to buy these things, they won't, and that's going to get worse, I think.
Nate has just raised a good point. Many people have passed a cigarette around. All the ones smoking doopies sit and pass it around. What's the difference?
Smoking.
I never shared a cigarette in my motherfucking life.
I've never had a split, or I've had one once.
For the same principle, we're not sharing lip scum.
It's on the cigarette. Yeah. Your lips. It's actually right into your mouth as well.
All right, let me ask you something then. Let me ask you this. So you sat in a room, there's a few mates there, boys and girls, whatever. You're all smoking away. Let's say, right, one of your friends who's a girl has just been doing something unsavoury with a gentleman upstairs, and then she goes, "Can I have a drag of your ciggy?" You're like, hell no. Hell no.
Okay, same difference. That girl you don't know has been upstairs doing something unsavory with somebody upstairs, comes down to you and puts her lips onto your lips. You're going to slog away at her. Same difference.
No, Roy. I'm a germaphobe.
Where does this conversation come from? Where did it happen?
I am a germaphobe. I can't be doing with stuff like that, me. Like, I want to know you're clean first. Like, go and wash.
Maybe it's a generation thing. I was brought up in a world where you're out and you played in the muck and everything else, and you didn't wash. You're out picking potatoes, and you still ate your sandwiches with all the mud and that in your potatoes. Today's society is so sterile that the slightest germ will make people ill. You just get on with life and you do it.
No, I agree with you to some extent, but it's still personal choice, isn't it? Either you want to share your shit with someone or you can tell them to jog on.
Exactly, Mark. It's personal choice. It's personal choice. It's down to the individuals, and that's what it comes down to. But I'm honest. I do not worry about things like that. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
End
What
up.
about right? Okay, one more question, right? What about if he's like a tramp on the street, like begging, and he looked like, you know, this motherfucker's not bathed for like 3 years, and he went, "Shall we go your vape, mate? Would you like to have a go your vape?"
He's thinking.
In that instance, probably not, Mark. In that instance, probably not. But anybody else that normally anybody that's close enough to me or I'm talking to that wants to go my vape, I know them, so it wouldn't worry me.
Yeah, but I'm also talking strangers as well outside pubs. You know, smokers you go out and they'll go, "Gives a go of that." Would you let them?
Well, I'm not at pubs, so I don't know.
No, if you was, just put yourself in that situation. That's what I'm saying.
Probably, but I'll take you 2 seconds then, Mark. We'll press pause and rewind there. Outside the Premier Inn in Birmingham, you shared your vape around loads.
No,
Loads of
drunk.
people. Yes, you did.
No,
At the table. I'll get Ryan on the phone and he'll back me up. Ryan tried it.
My vape actually
Ryan
got stolen.
Purple lady vapor.
You want to know the truth of that? My vape got stolen, passed around the fucking table, and I threw the drip tip out the window. I refused to use it again. That's the truth.
Nope. Not that night. No, you passed it around. You give it to Ryan. You give it to Purple Lady Vapor. You give it to somebody else sitting outside the table. You passed it.
No, let him carry on. Let him carry on.
Bullshit.
I'll get Ryan on the phone.
I'd love to hear your qualifying questions, Mark. Can I have a cigarette? Did I just ask you a few questions first?
Have you had a bath in the last 12 hours?
Oh, dear. I feel my stomach aching with laughing at you boys tonight, honestly. What a conversation to have, you two. You started it, Roy, you dirty little boy. Get back on that naughty step. Oh, dear.
We'll have to rename that the Naughty Shed, won't we? Just get a little sign on the Naughty Shed.
You know you've only got to feed TVP a few keywords and he's off. You know that for a fact.
So easy. I was after last week. I was expecting Mark to come firing at me all guns blazing tonight, but he hasn't. He's been rather tame tonight.
I'm biding my time, Royston. Okay.
I look forward to it, TVP. I look forward to it.
Meanwhile, Jackson's supping his ale, keeping himself to himself.
His wine glass.
Yeah.
He's not getting involved.
No. Let him agree to disagree.
Okay, well, we've hit that time. I still feel my stomach. Honestly, you too sometimes. It's time to say goodnight and goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
It's hit the 10 o'clock hour. Roy, you got a lot to say for yourself. You kick it.
Hi. Thanks to everybody in chat. Without you guys and without TVP for me to wind up and stir the pot with. Thank you to Jackson and his wine glass. And of course, thank you to the main man himself, Mr. Naturevape, with his carafe. And I'll go in reverse to what it was the last time. I'll pass it up to TVP.
Oh, thank you, you fucking shitto. Thank you to everyone in chat. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for all your inputs. Much appreciated. Don't know about anyone else, but I cannot wait for Sunday for Radjit Sheboygan to reveal his true identity. Literally, I've got a countdown on that. I just cannot fucking wait. Massive thanks to the boys, Roy, Jackson, and Mark. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Excellent. Jackson.
Massive thanks to everybody that tunes into the show. So massive thanks to chat. Massive thanks to Mark for having me on the show. Massive thanks to TVP and Roy as well. Keep watching for my reviews coming up, lads, and chat. Keep watching.
And
gonna push it out there a little bit.
And
hint.
If you haven't
Pimp that
subscribed to
shit.
Jackson,
If you haven't
make sure you
subscribed,
do.
yes, click the bell notification, leave a comment. Put
Yeah,
a
if one of the
thumbs up.
spanners can put his link in, that'd be great. Oh shit, I'm a spanner. Aren't I? If one of the main spanners could put his link in, that'd be great.
If one of the
They have
spanners
been
that
putting
can
them in all
actually
night.
do the
You've not been
work.
watching.
Oh dear. Thanks, Jackson. Thanks, TVP. Thanks, Roy. Thanks for all of you watching. Nice to have a few different faces in chat tonight. Boris, nice to see Boris in chat.
Oh God, who don't love Boris, man?
Nice that he spent the time, wasn't it, to come and see us for a bit of entertainment. And thanks for all your comments, questions, and things like that. It's what makes the show. We'll keep turning up every week and having fun. And until next time, take care, stay safe. See you soon. Bye.